Hola! I took a very mini break from social media, and my reasoning behind it was because I've had a very difficult week. Things from the past kind of slap you in the face. Don't need to give any of the details, but it was a challenge to not go back and start believing things about myself that I'm pretty sure I've done a lot of work on and don't wish to feel that way again. However, I had to spend time looking at those feelings and those emotions and the situations and the feeling trapped and all the things that come with it, all the difficulties of life. And I realized that being on social media and scrolling and just trying to distract myself was actually avoidance. It was an avoidance tactic rather than looking at the situation and how it had made me feel, rather than looking at my pain, rather than looking at myself and really shining a light into here and giving myself self-compassion. I went back into patterns that I have been trying to overcome, of believing that what other people think of you can affect the way you feel about yourself. That shouldn't be the case. I had to really look, it was a real test. It was a real testing time. And social media at that point for me was literally just a way of distracting myself. And I thought, no, I need to disconnect. I need to go within. And the answers are in here. I know better, but at that time it was like I had been swept by this huge tsunami wave, thrown on the floor, and all the feelings that are negative and uncomfortable and painful were there, and I was drowning in it. And in one sense, it's very easy to just be a slave to external factors and external voices and external opinions. And that's why it's so important we do work on ourselves. That's why it's so important that we know for sure who we are. That's why it's so important we are grounded and we're rooted and we're earthed and we know who we are, because without that assurance, when these waves come, they will for hell throw you on the floor. It's all very well being, well, this is me, this is what I want to do. And then when difficulties come, you're on the floor. You know, that's not good. I mean, it's a challenge, but if you can't pick yourself back up again and stand in your own power and your own strength and know who you are, then life is going to be a bitch and you are going to be a victim forever. And I had to look at how I was being made to feel again and realize that actually nobody has the right to change the way you feel about yourself and what you really know. And in order for you to be strong enough in these times where you will be accused, you will be misunderstood, you will be put in situations where your circumstances are crushing you and you feel like there's no solution, it's almost like you have a death moment and you get knocked off, but my God, there's fire within every one of us, and there is strength within us. We are more resilient than we give ourselves credit for, and we might not know mentally the solutions or how to carry ourselves out of that, but just to have that determination that you're not staying on the floor and you're not settling for a life where you're feeling like other people dictate to you how you're going to live and other people's opinions can cripple you. This is the time when the work and the things that you've done on yourself come into play, where you have to look at yourself and realize, no, I'm worth more than this, and it's not even a righteous or egotistical, it's just I am in this world and I have a place and I have a path and I have a purpose and I have this energy within me that wants to do things, and I'm not going to settle till I get there. And there was a day where I was just in fetal position, just like feeling it all, and just like, why? And it was this feeling of defeat, like I can't get out of this. What is this? And then I looked down and I was looking at my tattoos that I've had, and they were just kind of like little voices. No, you're a wild, resilient, creative person, and you have this in you. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget your passion. Don't forget how you want to help people. Don't forget your dreams, your desires, your curiosity, your wanting to adventure through life. You're wanting to understand the way things work. You're wanting to help equip and to inspire. And if I'm not doing that for me, I'm sure as hell not going to be doing it for anyone else. It starts with us. And this just something, I was watching something yesterday, and there was this, it was like somebody talking, and what he was saying was like, it was like energy. There was like, he sounds like me. He sounds like me. And there was this resonance between what he was saying and what I have within me. And it was like a kind of magnetic, you're drawn to people that speak the same language as you. And I'm not talking, literal language. I'm talking passion. I'm talking what lights you up. And this is how communities are built, because you are drawn to like-minded people that are energetically wanting to achieve the same things as you. Because once you know who you are and what you want to do and your purpose and your passions and the way that you're curious about, what you're curious about is an indication of where you want to go. That curiosity, creates a path. You want to go somewhere, you want to do something, you want to experience certain things. And we're all different. We're all completely different. And the fingerprints are so unique. We're so unique. It doesn't matter what other people think or the way that the world tells you need to live. You need to live your passion. And I am still trying to get there, trying to push past these limiting beliefs, to not stop when someone knocks you down, to not stop when circumstances don't match up to what you're wanting. It's so easy to give up. It's so easy to give up. And this is why I needed to reconnect, because, it can seem sometimes like the odds are against you and you're not going to achieve this and you keep failing, but it's not true. There's something within all of us, and they're like unique DNA coding. And you've firstly got to discover what that is, and then you will just be drawn to things, situations, places, people that enable you to do that. But I think we get tested. Is it really that important to us? Is it really burning that strongly within? And I'm realizing, yes, it is. Yes, it is. The things that I want to achieve, the things that I want to experience, the people that I want to connect with, I don't know what they look like, but I know they're out there, and I know there's more. And there's this curiosity and this feeling of desire for this life that I know that I still am yet to live. And it looks nothing like where I am now. And that's the difficult, that's the step of faith. That's the needing to know exactly. Fine-tune your passion. Fine-tune what you're curious about. Write down the things that really light you up, and then go out and find other people that are similar and see what you can create together. But I think times of solitude are times of blessing, because that is when you are really homing in and looking at yourself and understanding what you want and what you want to achieve and what excites you and what lights you up and what frequency you are resonating at. And then you're going, when you hear someone speaking the same language or speaking your heart, that's where connection, that's where sparks go. That's where this feeling of, we need to connect. And those things come after you really know, after you're really sure of what you want to do. And I find that in my yoga classes, I come out with a buzz because I see the connections in people when you're sharing things. For me, it's about sharing, it's the storytelling, more so than it is the shapes that we create with our body. That's almost like a facilitator. The things that light me up is the internal stuff, the character, the passions, the being the best of who we are. That lights me up. And when I see other people's faces like, having those aha moments for themselves, that satisfies me so much, because I know how it feels to have that. And I know how it feels to hear somebody speaking something and going, yes, that's it. That's how I feel. That's what I'm looking for. So I don't really know what I'm saying here, but just don't give in to the mundane life. Don't go for comfort over living this fiery, passionate life. Don't. Let it burn, let it breathe, let yourself be alone, let yourself discover yourself, let yourself really know what you want. And don't settle until you find it, until you find those like-minded people that are going to help you and connect with you and allow it to create what it needs to create.